Morning. Is that the sun back there? No way, that's the moon setting between the palm trees. We're at dawn. I thought the colors might be better this morning. They're a little bit discreet and modest. So we have other sources of light. At nighttime, this is very beautiful. But especially the moon, to see a full moon setting, the last full moon of this year, of this calendar year. We just catch it. You see that pilgrims are out already. They often come out at dawn, but this group is leaving early. They're from the Washington area. So they're not going to be able to wait for the sunrise. And then we have the palm trees are wrapped in lights for a day. Did you see the Christmas tree? You know, we never get to see the Christmas tree at sunrise because the focus is out there in the sun. Let me just go to the lobby and you can see our Christmas tree. That'd be an interesting little thing to do. Morning. Not too many people are swimming nowadays. It's a little chilly. At night time when it's very dark, all these lights and the water have very nice atmosphere here. It's funny how I use the word atmosphere for that, because atmosphere really means something very different. We have different uses of the word atmosphere, metaphorically. I don't think we're missing much drama at the dawn. I'm up early this morning or starting early, rather, because I have to look after a group at 6:30. So now it's about 6:15. So there you can see the Christmas tree inside. Just go quickly into the lobby and you can get a little tour around. Kathleen does a great job directing the Christmas tree operation. And it's good to show you this because then tomorrow evening we're off to our retreat and I'll be missing in action for sunrise, stroll and chat for the next, from Sunday to Sunday really. Maybe Sunday evening when we get out I can give you a little message if we're alive. Oh, we got a new olive tree. Look at this ancient olive tree. Also decked in lights now. Isn't this amazing olive tree? I forget the name of these. They have very beautiful flower. But here's our new olive tree, decked in light, so you can't really appreciate it. We'll have to see it another time in daylight. You have to remind me. Look at this, the way these trees grow. Amazing. Ancient olive tree. It's all pruned down to the last so that it has a chance to reroot. Amazing that you can replant these trees. Look at the width of it. I'll just put my hand up here for you to see. I'm touching this now. Like I can put my hand across here for you to see. And there's no way it spans my hundreds of years old. So we'll go back in and try and find a trace of our dawn. I should do one little wheel around by the original Magdala stone. So here we're waiting for the baby Jesus. Empty manger. How artists represent everything. So we're in Advent time expecting the coming of Jesus, and that's why we have our readings. And the readings are selected for a very important purpose. I'm not sure if I'll have this on camera again before Hanukkah, so we wish a happy Hanukkah to Jewish friends. It's inside glass, and with the light now it's a little bit reflecting around, but this is the original one. That's the oldest menorah ever found on stone. And the Hanukkah is a little different than the menorah. You can check that out. Oops, it's not getting for me here with the light. There you can see the menorah, which we found inside our synagogue out here, and the lights already have turned off because of the increasing daylight. It was found in there in the center of that. So not much change in the sky out here. So the readings are in a way directed to our will. See, we human beings are very complex reality. And some people think salvation is by knowing, and obviously ignorance doesn't help, but knowing doesn't make it all happen. It's more than knowing, because we have a capacity to know the truth, but also to love the good and to do it. To love the good and to do it. Very important. And that's where we often stumble. We might know the good, but we mightn't do it. Because we might prefer, and that's a very key word, to prefer and to choose other things we value more, even though they have less value. They may have good value in themselves. Every creature has amazing value, but some creatures require our first attention. And before all creatures, God requires our first attention. This man is probably married, he might be speaking to his wife. Requires important attention. What do we give? To what do we give our first attention? And then we have that word commands. And commands are like instructions as well, because they respond. When God gives his commands, he's not doing a capricious thing, a recklessly capricious thing. He's explaining to us who we are. To love your father and your mother is to recognize your origin. And there may be spotty experiences that can always happen with human fragility and brokenness. But just in general, to love your father and your mother, that's the principle of life and happiness and gratitude, even when they're long gone, to recall and cherish the bounty of life we have received, as faulty as they may have been. Without our parents, what would we have? Where would we be? And to love our parents and to honor them, that's the first social commandment, because the life that we receive from God is mediated through them. mediation is a big word in all of reality, because we don't have a step big enough to capture it all ourselves, so we have to have something in between to mediate it for us. A teacher helping us to get to knowledge, a bridge helping us to get to the other side, the media, organs of communication that allow us to participate in situations and realities in other places, at other times, like this social media right now, you know. So the whole world is filled with media, and there are all these creatures that are actually mediating God himself, because they're signs of his love and goodness. And the ordinances of God, which are highly praised today in the first reading, more like an instruction in Isaiah, our great prophet of Advent, of the coming. And in the Psalm, the first Psalm, you see, the first Psalm is all about this. If you want to have life, you know, follow the instruction book. If you want that car to operate well, you know, follow the manual. If you want that washing clothes machine, I just put my wash in the laundry there, in the machine, my laundry in the washing machine. I need to dial it to the right setting. I need to put in some soap. It's set at a particular temperature, and electricity needs to be supplied at a certain level. It's a different type of electricity that the cell phone needs than to charge it, than the washing machine to wash and to wring dry the clothes. A lot more power has to be delivered more abundantly. To follow the instructions, and they would be like a tree grown by the water that can flourish and its leaves never fade. And to love God's instructions. So there's a whole dimension then of not just knowing, but also doing, cherishing, loving, wanting, deciding, discerning. And there's a whole bridge there between knowledge and doing. And then we do it. And the Bible is filled with that. The Bible is filled with exhortation to do. Exhortation is an interesting word, because exhortation isn't about knowledge. Exhortation is about moving our will. And so Jesus has a parable today that's very interesting in that regard, to move our will. And he said, John the Baptist came, and he was very, very given to penance and fasting, a desert life, and you didn't listen to him. And the Son of Man comes and he goes to parties with tax collectors and sinners, and you also ridicule him and criticize him. You're like children that are just grumpy and grouchy and stubborn and don't want to do anything. They don't want to do anything. So there's a call to our will today, a call to decide, a call to open up our heart and our soul and our mind. People, God bless you. See you later, alligators. I didn't realize the time's gone so far, and I'm running late now, so I'll do Instagram later for those of you who follow Instagram. I just can't do it now. God bless you. See you later, alligators.